How do you mature the dreadlocks more or get them to lay down? We got the question today, can you give me some advice on my son's hair and how to get it to mature or more or lay down? Let's look at the hair. Looks like these are instant locks and they're actually done extremely well. If they're not instant locks, then it looks like they were done with sponge rub because they're all pretty much the same size, and that's what the sponge really gives you. The thing I like about the sponge is that it really develops your hair in its natural curl pattern. I wouldn't recommend it with anybody less than a 3B hair type though. Of course you can do it, but it's just a little tough, and I would recommend other hair types, but that's a whole other video. But my advice to you is these dreadlocks look amazing. I love the way the dreadlocks look like this in this stage. And the reason I love this is because this is exactly how my first set of dreadlocks looked when I figured out how to actually get dreadlocks for myself. And I know it's just dreadlocks, but it was a revolutionary moment for myself because I didn't know how to get dreadlocks, and then boom, I figured out how to do it. So I'm gonna help you guys in today's video to figure out how to do it. Now let's answer the number one question. So how do you get these to lay down? I'm gonna give you it plain and simple. Allow the hair to grow out. Now with these being instantly locked up, or even if they're not, they look like they're maintained pretty well down to the root. And if they're not, they're gonna stand up regardless because of his hair type. Being that it is a 3C, maybe a 4A. If there's any loose hair down at the roots, it's going to keep holding all that hair up. Now we have another photo right here that gives us a better indication of how this looks, and it looks like they are maintained pretty close down to the root, but you can see how some down by the fade aren't even close to being locked up. And that's because these aren't mature. Now how do you get them to mature more? Be a little patient, allow them to grow out a little bit longer, and not only will that time span allow them to mature a little bit longer, I would say give them about 2 to 3 months before you do any major maintenance, because that's going to allow it to lock up more. Hence, it's going to mature. Not only that, the hair is going to start to want to lay down, and realistically, just giving it that 2 to 3 months is going to solve most of your problems here. And guys, sometimes we just want to get out of the pressure or get out of the problem as quick as possible, when sometimes being under pressure or being in the problem helps us develop more. So don't try to figure out how to get out of the pressure, figure out how to handle yourself in the pressure. So if you feel like you're going through the ugly stage or your hair doesn't look the way that you want it to, figure out how to work on yourself to accept it and embrace it, because then you allow what's around you or on you to teach you good lessons. But who really wants to hear that? Let's figure out how to get this hair to lay down and mature. Step number 1, if you want to mature your hair quicker, use a Greatlocs crochet hook. It's easy to use and it works instantly. Here's how to use it. You simply go in and out, and that's really all there is to it. Because when you push through with the crochet hook, you're grabbing hair from one side of the lock and bringing it to the other side of the lock by pulling it through. And as you're spinning the lock, you're pulling that hair and intertwining it in so many different ways, which is locking up the hair and instantly maturing up the dreadlock by simply using this one amazing tool. The link to that is down below, just in case you need one. But that's all it takes to maturing the dreadlock. I can sit here and tell you to be patient, wait and wait and wait. And of course that'll definitely work, and patience really solves a lot of problems with dreadlocks. But how can you get these to lay down in the stage that they're in? And the simple answer is interlocking by using an interlock tool. And let me explain why. When you interlock and you pull the tip of the dreadlock through the root, it takes the dreadlock from standing directly up to laying down on the scalp. Now, of course, you want to pull it through in the direction you want the hair to actually lay down, and that's really the ultimate key to it. And of course, there's other steps to interlocking. And of course, if you want to become a pro at using any of the tools that I mentioned in today's video, you can join one of my classes down below to where I'll teach you personally how to use these tools. But that's how to instantly get the hair exactly how you want it. If you don't want to be patient and give it time, then those are the ways you want to do it. So if you have a question about your dreadlocks, make sure to DM me on Instagram at TheLockDoctor. I'll see you guys next time. Stay patient.